So I think I figured out how to do like a Porter Robinson style vocal.
So tell me how it felt when you walked up.
It's actually pretty easy. So the first thing I did was I got up the instrumental for it and the BPM so I can use it for auto tuning. And you kind of just fucking... Porter Robinson sings with like a... Instead of going... So tell me, he kind of forces a bit of air from his lungs. I think it comes from what's called the diaphragm. So tell me, kind of sounds a little more breathy. And so what you want to do is you want to open up your Edison and make sure your microphone's connected through it. So you want to make sure you've got like a so annoying that double on. You can just turn that off by doing that. It'll still have an audio input. What I do is I have the vocal ready to go. Pause that. Go back in FL, make sure the Edison's ready, make sure you're knowing what key you're singing on. I'm going to just try and emulate how he sings it, because I know he sings it really breathy. So tell me how if... Trust me, I know that fucking sucked, but just wait, it'll sound good after post-processing. You don't have to be a good singer to make your voice sound good. So he's singing on a B major key, and that's important because when you use the auto-tune feature, you go into the auto-tune and you can select exactly what key it's singing on, and it'll set your voice to that key. So I just cut out the beginning and the after of what I heard, and I'm just going to drag it into FL now. You can't hear it because the channel that I've got it on is silenced, and I'm just going to give it its own channel. That's so annoying. Off. And now it's just this. So tell me how... Ugh, yuck. So I made a preset vocal thing, and I'll just show you the parameters that I've got set to each one of the pieces to it. So I set this to wherever I've got my pieces. So the first thing I've got is a Nectar 3. This is it before any like pitching or anything with that like that high pitch voice he's got.
So tell me how it felt.
Yuck, garbage, terrible, I know. So the first thing I do is I go on to the voice part and I go pitch corrector. And I play what I've got. So tell me. Variation down, center up, kind of like my Skrillex vocal chop video. And then I'll drag this back onto the original file that I had. So I don't have the original file anymore, it's just the auto-tuned version.
So tell me.
The reason we wanted the B major part was because the auto-tune can be set to B major. Boom. And then when you play that...
So tell me how it felt when you walked.
Also, another reason why we wanted to do the actual manual editing is because there's going to be parts that you miss. So I want to actually set parts that are going to be incorrect. So I'm going to go through this. If you have like a part that's in set to one portion that's off, you can go... You can make like a cut there, hold down Alt, and you can select exactly where to cut it, which I think it's there. Turn it off, and then just drag it up one.
Did you get?
That's off. And then you can drag that back onto the original sample.
So tell me how it felt when you walked on water.
And then what he does to make his vocals stand out and have his own kind of, like the Porter Robinson sound is he pitches it up 12. I believe he does it like this. I'm not saying he does it exactly like this, but... And then Little Altar Boy is what does the magic here. So I've got it set to -7.2, just the Formant on that. And the drive doesn't have to be up, but I do have it up.
So tell me how it felt when you walked on water.
And then what you can do from that is you can right click it, consolidate the track. And so it's just the high pitch Formant then. And then after that, you can turn the Formant pitch back on and you can give this back to, it's this one. So the high pitch Formant's this one, right?
So tell...
Because that's already had a vocal processing, you don't have to actually process any more to it. So you can give it its own channel. So it's not being affected by the previous effects that were on the channel. And with the second one,
so tell me,
you can pitch it back down 12 and turn your Little Altar Boy off. And then if you play them together,
so tell me how it felt when you walked on water.
And it's just with these little bits where it's kind of, you have to kind of fine tune those in new tone to actually like get it exactly where you want it. Because if the pitch is slightly off from the key that's set inside of auto tune, then it's not going to be right on key. It's going to try and predict where the key sits between the key that it's set to in auto tune. So a pitch that's slightly off will go kind of like a retard. Once you get it, you can kind of just set your lower down and your higher up, or your the higher down, lower up.
So tell me how it felt.
And that's pretty much it. It's really easy. If there's anything else that niche to a specific artist that you guys want to learn about, that you guys want me to try and figure out how they did, just leave it in the comments and I'll try and do it.